What are we going to do about this company? About the awful writing? No one, not one person brought up, so, if you attack a US Marshal, you're going to get arrested, right? You're going to be thrown in jail for assaulting a police officer. Right? Right? You can go to jail for a long time for assault. Nobody brought that up. And I'm not saying you have to follow it 100% to the T. I understand that it's wrestling, but holy shit. Roman Reigns beat up 3 US Marshals live on television, right? 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 of them. Beat him up while he was handcuffed, by the way. Right? Beat him up. These US Marshals just miraculously just disappear. I don't know what happened with it. They just walked to the back. I don't know what they did, right? They even had US Marshal on the back of their vest. That's right, they had vests on to make you look official, right? Brock Lesnar comes out, we all know, right? Beats up Roman Reigns because he's handcuffed, and and then he hit him with a steel chair and threw him off the stretcher, and I'm trying to understand, right? So just because we know it's not real, it doesn't mean that there shouldn't be some logic in play. A lot of TV shows on TV, are not real, but the best shows have logic. When you go to the movies, there has to be some sort of logic involved here. I'm trying to understand, why the WWE keeps doing these storylines these storylines are so ridiculously scripted, and there's never consequences, like real consequences for actions. So all it does is desensitize people, and it turns it into a comedy. Right? I'm trying to understand. If you're going to have Roman Reigns beat up 3 dudes that try to throw him out of the ring, why would you make them US Marshals? Now that's the big guns now? What's next? What are they going to do next? Are they going to, have like 5 Marines come out, the next time somebody gets thrown out, and they're going to beat up 5 Marines? Is that what they're going to do? What's after that? Well, what are they going to do after that? It's unbelievable. And after Lesnar beats up Roman Reigns, right? These US Marshals, they just disappeared from the entire ring. They never got up. The US Marshals never came back for Roman Reigns for assaulting 3 of their fellow officers. It makes no sense. They couldn't recover and get back up and handcuff them. Like what? Get them. I'm trying to understand the pathetic logic behind that. It's unbelievable. The logic gap. I can't believe it. That makes no sense. All you fucking had to do. Look, these fellas gonna tell you what they could have done. It would have been believable, and they could have done the same. They could have done the same thing, all right? All they had to do was have Roman Reigns wait for Brock Lesnar outside of the arena, right? That's it. And when security comes in, you gotta leave. You say, "I'm not in the arena. I know I'm suspended, but I'm not in the arena," right? I'm not in the arena. Okay, I'm not. I know I can't be in there, but I'm not in there. I'm waiting for Brock Lesnar. Right? That's all they had to do. And then that's honestly that's all you had to do. You know. And then guess what? Cars show up and then he thinks it's Brock Lesnar and one guy isn't Brock Lesnar, and before you know it, he gets blindsided by Brock Lesnar and Brock Lesnar beats him up and slams him on the hood of a car or something like that. And he could have beat him up and got him the point across, without all this horse shit. Security should mean something. Alright? When police officers come out, the first thing on people's minds should be, oh shit, this just got real. Like there's police officers there. They never had Stone Cold assault cops. Okay? When the cops showed up, Stone got arrested. It is what it is. He would attack Vince McMahon, and then the cops would arrest him. Could you imagine if Stone Cold just started stunning every fucking cop? Okay? Started stunning all of them, and then there was never consequences. You know how stupid that is? People talk shit about Vince Russo all the time, right? Oh, Arquette. How could Arquette be a world champion? Right? Which was stupid. But this is just as stupid, if not more stupid. And then, by the way, Roman Reigns, out there, they try to do the shoot angle. I'm like, well, maybe they're going somewhere with this. Maybe. Dumb as I am for even giving them a 5% chance of making this work. I was stupid for that. Roman Reigns comes out, for the last 3 weeks doing a shoot interview. Ooh. Fucking shoot interview sounds more scripted. Alright? More fucking scripted than a freaking porno. Alright? I mean, this is insane. You ever seen acting in porno movies? I swear to God, that's how these motherfuckers sound in the ring when they're talking. Oh, you are suspended, Roman Reigns. I'm not going anywhere until Brock Lesnar comes here. How would you feel, Dallas, Texas, if you didn't show up to work, huh? Like people don't talk like that. I mean, holy shit. Oh, they had Roman say, y'all, so it makes them cool, right? Yeah, have him start saying facts after every fucking sentence, so he'd be hit. What's... It's fucking stupid, man. I could picture, Vince being like, hey, Roman, oh yeah, make sure you say y'all, not you guys, so you can relate to them. All the cool kids say y'all, it's say y'all, get the fuck out of here. Crappy product. And then now by the way, right, they're doing this whole shoot thing and it sounds so fucking scripted, it's not even funny, and they can't do a proper work shoot anymore. They can't do it. They can't. I mean, it's insane. But to make matters worse, Roman Reigns, right, they're trying to get Roman Reigns over by doing his work shoot, right, or work shoot angle, where he's like going out of script and telling people like, oh, I'm about to say this, even though they don't want me to say this in the back. Get the fuck out of here, right? I'm gonna go off script right now. My script says I'm gonna go off script right now. Get the fuck out of here, right? And they wonder why they can't get rid of the what chant. Because you talk like this, and there's never any organic interruptions, ever. There's never an organic interruption, ever. The interruptions sound scripted. It's fucking insane. Dudes will stop when they realize that the other dude hasn't interrupted them on time. It's stupid. They never ever once. I'm not saying they should be talking over each other all the time. I understand it's hard to understand two people when they're constantly talking over each other. But it would help if they could talk over each other at least 5 or 10% of the time, because that's what normal people do when they're arguing and they're in the heat of the moment. But anyway, look. All right. Jesus Christ. Look. Listen to me. Roman Reigns goes on a freaking podcast and talks about how the storyline is going great. Oh, this is stupid. You're trying to get over, dude. You're trying to make everybody believe like this is a work. This isn't a work. This is a shoot. I'm sticking up for the boys, and we bust our ass every week. And Brock Lesnar is over there just, living on Vince's coattails. Working only like once, every 2 months. And he goes on to freaking. What was it, Jericho's podcast? I forget. He goes on there and he's bragging about how the storyline is going great, and like, oh yeah, Daddy Vince really told me how to act like I'm going off script. Get the fuck out of here, stupid shit. How stupid could you be? And then you have, let's top it off. In fairness, this isn't Roman Reigns, but they're doing the same shit, on freaking SmackDown. The fuck was that? So you're telling me right now, right? Like, this is what you're telling me. You're telling me that Kevin Owens, right? Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn start to beat up the commissioner, Shane McMahon, right? They started beating him up. And it wasn't like they like Stone Cold back in the day when he would like catch a commissioner on a stunner and like talk shit to their face and then like get the fuck out of there. No. Have a beer maybe, and they get the fuck out of there. No. Like they were beating him up. Like they couldn't stop beating him up. Like the beating up went on like for 5 straight minutes. And a couple refs come out, right? A couple refs, and they beat up the refs. They start beating up the officials. So they're beating up the commissioner. They're beating up officials, right? Like I'm like, okay. Now this would work. I know where they're going with this, but the writing for the shows, they're so lazy and they have no logic that it turns into a fucking joke. So they beat up Shane, they drag him all the way to the back, folks. They drag the commissioner all the way to the back, and they beat him up some more in the back, and they powerbombed him in the back on some steel, and then they walked away, like no consequences, like nothing. Like they showed up the next night, next week on SmackDown. They don't even know the consequences of their actions until SmackDown. Like this is insane. All right, like do people not understand how insane that is? Now they would have started beating up Shane and did all that and beat up the officials, but then like I don't know, armed security showed up and arrested the guys. Okay, and then like you just put in your stupid website that they bailed themselves out and they vowed to be at SmackDown next week. More people will tune in. Like this is stupid. Like the simplest things that they could do. Like does no one like bring this shit up? Like I'm trying to understand here. Like nobody said, hey guys, you know how ridiculous it is to have Roman Reigns beat up 3 US Marshals? And then we're just going to have Lesnar come out to music. And these US Marshals are just going to disappear. Like if that never happened. Just because we want Roman Reigns to be in a vulnerable position. Like be handcuffed. And so Lesnar could beat him up while handcuffed. So he could heal it up. And we could feel sympathy for Roman Reigns. Sympathy? He just broke the rules. And what you could say, well, that could get a guy over. Sure. He beat up 3 US Marshals. For no apparent reason, by the way. After agreeing to be handcuffed, they still, like, this is stupid. And you don't have to handcuff Roman Reigns for Brock Lesnar to assault him. Just have him go out there and assault him. Like, have him just go out there and just like beat him up. Roman is gonna win at WrestleMania anyway. Well, what the fuck are you protecting? This is so stupid. I mean, try to picture this, right? I know it's not real, but in the words of Bobby Heenan, when you write a storyline, act like it's real. Like, holy shit, you don't beat up officials and there's no consequences. Alright? How much money does Roman, like, these guys make money. You put in a storyline, you attack an official, you get fined $50,000. There's a consequence for that action. You put it in a storyline how it affects that person. That's all you gotta do. I mean, this is insane. Like, how do people react when an athlete attacks an official? Treat it that way on freaking TV. I mean, holy shit. My head hurts. And I'm not saying, like, I get it. Okay, it's wrestling. Fine. 60%. Can you give me, like, 60% of the way people would actually act? Can you actually do that? Can you? Like, why are you announcing that Roman Reigns hasn't left the hospital yet when he should be in jail? What happens if you beat up 3 US Marshals? Everyone and their fucking mother knows the answer to that question. I don't have to tell them. Hypothetically, you beat up 3 US Marshals, right? When they were arresting you for trespassing. So there's a reason for the arrest. You agreed to the arrest, and then you assaulted them. So, okay, don't give me 100% what would actually happen, because I understand that it's wrestling and there's entertainment involved in this. But can we not impose at least like a 60% logic percentage-wise something? You know, when Stone Cold attacked Vince, first of all, he was arrested immediately after he stunned him. Right? He didn't start beating up the cops, and because that didn't matter. That's not what you do to get over. Okay, that's not the cops are just like there's a consequence for attacking the boss, and he went to jail, and he was cool for it. Okay, and it was presumed that he bailed himself out, and he was on Raw the next week. Right? I mean, you would think like this is insane. Okay. You know, like I remember a couple weeks ago, you know, I'm gonna get a headache if I keep going over all this, but there's no consequence. Like, nobody said, okay guys, like really, he's gonna beat up 3 US Marshals, and we're just supposed to pretend like he never did it after Lesnar beats him up. You know, like, what? That doesn't make sense, man. If in real life you go to jail, probably for a very long time, for assaulting 3 US Marshals, right? Like, I'm not saying do it 100% like that, but maybe you should report that Lesnar was, you know, posted bail later that night on your website or something. You know, like, that's all I'm saying. Okay? Like, I understand we don't have to go over the court case and all that, but can we at least do a little bit of that? This lazy writing is really hurting the product, because they could do very simple things they could do so things make fucking sense. Because yes, people watch movies all the time, they watch shows all the time, right? And they understand it's just a movie, they understand it's just a show, but it has to make some fucking sense. Okay? I don't care what show it is, right? I don't care if it's Seinfeld. If Seinfeld beat up a US Marshal, there's no way that they're going to act, and on live TV, everybody saw it by the way, they're not going to act like that never happened. Okay? It might not play out 100% the way it would in real life. They might make it funny and stuff like that, but there would be some consequences for those actions, and that would be even on the fucking show, even on The Simpsons. If Homer Simpson beat up 3 US Marshals, they would have more logic into that, making it funny and how that's not realistic and all this. It would make more fucking sense than this horse shit. This is D-style boxing. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. All right. Share this video with a fucking Roman Reigns mark. I'm out.